Hello friends, I am Parinita. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to receive regular notifications regarding computer science tutorials, important educational information and technical job updates.
Hello guys, welcome to this series of Python programming language. In this series, we are going to learn all about Python. So, as this is the first tutorial of this series, this has to be Python introduction. So, in this tutorial, we are going to see the introduction of Python, like what is Python, why we are learning Python, what are the important features, benefits or characteristics of Python, and at the end, we will also be seeing that what are the different tools that allows us to work with Python programming language. Fine. So we will be seeing all those details in this video so that we can get an idea, you can get an idea that why we are going for Python and why we are actually learning this. Fine. So, well, as this is the first video, before starting the video, as this is our first tutorial of the series, I would like to let you know that what are the things that you can expect from this series. See, I know many of you are beginners who just know the basics of Python and wants to learn more. There are many people who don't even know the basics of Python. They know other programming languages and they are willing to learn Python. There are even, I know many of you are even of the category who are not from computer IT background, but still they want to switch their field. They want to work with artificial intelligence, data science. They want to be data scientists, and due to that, they want to learn Python without having any background of coding. Fine. So this series is for you all. I'll try to make it in such a way that even if you are not from this background, even if you don't know anything about Python, or even if you know just the very basics of Python, still this series will be helpful to you. What we will be doing is, we will be starting from basics. We will see the general, for the people who are not from computer IT background, we will also see the logics or the concept that how the things are working, and then we will try to correlate it with actually Python, that in Python how we can implement those things. Fine. So we will go gradually, don't worry, you will be able to grasp everything. So my aim is that irrespective of who you are, irrespective of at what level of coding you are, but if you are having the willing to learn Python, I hope that you will learn Python. So let's start today's video with the introduction of Python, what Python actually is. So the very first question that comes in our mind is, what is Python? So these are the main 3 points that summarizes Python. The very first point is, it is a perfect programming language for tech rookies. So yes, nowadays Python is used in most of the places. You must be knowing that. Even if we like, there are many small companies also, many normal companies generally are using Python. Apart from that, there are very big companies like Facebook, Netflix, Uber. There are government agencies like ISRO, DRDO. In all these agencies, in all these organizations, nowadays they are switching their platform from other languages to Python. So you can guess from this that how important or how powerful language this Python is. Fine. Now the second point is, it is having amazingly large and rich collection of libraries. Yes, this is one of the most this is one of the biggest advantage of Python, is that it is having rich collection of libraries that allows you many inbuilt functions, many inbuilt methods that we can use in Python. The third one is top preferred language for AI and data science. So yes, if you are doing your masters, if you are doing PhD, if you want to do your research work, or in industry also, if you want to work specifically in the domains like data science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data mining and data warehouse, in all these domains, most of the work are done in Python. So nowadays in these domains specifically, Python is really booming. So if you are looking for a job in these domains, or you want to be a data scientist, so yes, you have to learn Python, and I guess like you should learn Python. Fine. So these are the 3 main points. Then it is important to know what are the features of Python, because due to this important or interesting features of Python, we are going to learn Python. So let's quickly see which are the features of Python. First of all, the first point is easy. So yes, writing the code in Python is really easy. As we will start with our tutorials, you will get to know that the syntax of Python is one of the easiest syntax. If you know other languages like C, Java, .NET, PHP, fine. So you will yourself realize that in comparison to the syntax of those languages, the syntax of writing the Python code is very easy. So that is the first advantage, or that is the first feature. And the second one is expressive. We can say that Python is an expressive language. Now, what do we mean by Python? What do we mean by expressive? Expressive means in the context that a single line of Python code can do more than a single line of code in most of the other languages. Like as I told, its syntax is easier to write as compared to other languages, and apart from that, the number of lines or the amount of code needed in Python is also very less. Fine. So we can say that Python is expressive. That means a single line of code in other language can express very less as compared to the single line of code in Python. So it is known as, so we can say that Python is an expressive language. See, whatever points I am telling you now, and these are very important to know before beginning Python. And apart from that, if you are preparing some interview which is related to Python, then also these points are really going to help you. Because before knowing any language, you must know about the language. Fine. After knowing about the language, or after knowing the language in a fine way, then only you can start coding in that language. So these are the stuff that we are discussing today is really important. So we can say that Python is an easy language, it is an expressive language, then we are having, it is a free and open source. So yes, Python is open source, that's why many companies are going for it. Then Python is a high level language. Yes, what do we mean by high level language? It is high level language because in Python we are writing code in high level language, means the code written in Python is very similar to English language. Normal, for example, if we want to print something, we will write print. If we want to print hello world, so we will simply write print hello world. That means it is very similar to English language that can be easily understandable by us. So we can say that Python is high level language. And then the next feature is portable. We can say that Python is portable because the Python code that is written in one system, it can be run in other system also. So it is portable. Then sixth number is object oriented. Yes, Python is an object oriented language like Java, .NET. Fine. So it is also having all the features of object oriented language. So yes, Python is object oriented. Then we are having extensible. Python is an extensible language. So what do we mean by this extensible and embeddable? This means what? Python is easily extensible with other language code like C, C++, Java. Fine. And it can easily be embedded in other applications. For example, there is already some application that is already built. But if we want to add new feature in that using Python, so yes, we can easily do that because Python is easily embedded in other applications. So we can say that Python is extensible, it is embedded. Then we are having interpreted. Yes, Python is an interpreted language. What do we mean by interpreted? That whenever we are writing any code in Python, whatever code we are writing, that is known as source code, right? So whenever we are writing any code in Python, what it will do is Python converts the source code that is written by us into intermediate code. Fine. And again, that intermediate code is translated into the machine language, whatever machine dependent language is. That intermediate code is then again translated into the machine language that is executed by the machine. Fine. So that is what we mean by interpreted language. And then we are having large standard library. Yes, what we already discussed, that that Python is having a large standard library. That's why many people are going for it, because it provides many inbuilt functionalities, objects and all. Fine. Then GUI programming. We can also do GUI programming with the help of Python. What do we mean by GUI programming? Graphical user interface. That means we can do UI, user interface kind of thing, with the help of Python. Then it is dynamically typed. So what do we mean by dynamically typed? Dynamically typed means what? If we talk about other languages like C, Java and all, so what happens in C language? For example, if we talk about C language, whenever you are taking any variable, in advance we have to write that what is the type of variable, like integer, string, character. Fine. So it is compulsory in that case. Means if any variable is integer, you have to compulsorily assign an integer value to it, to that variable. Fine. If any variable is string, or if any variable is a type of character, then you have to compulsorily assign the value of character type to that variable. Otherwise, it will give error. Fine. But what happens in Python? Python is known as dynamically typed because there is no foundation of data type of any variable. What happens in Python that we are assigning any variable and we are not assigning any type to it. We will not say in advance that that variable is integer or string or character. We are not dealing with variables in that case, in that way. So what happens in Python? Whenever we are declaring any variable, we are not giving any data type to it. Simply, whenever we will assign any value to that, it will take that type. For example, I am taking any variable j. Now, if I will assign j equal to 10, it will automatically take j as integer. If I write j equal to hello, it will automatically take the type string to this j variable. Fine. So that means what? The data types are dynamically assigned in case of Python. That's why we can say that Python is dynamically typed. We will understand all these things with the help of code in our next videos, but here I am just giving you the overall idea. Fine. So these are some of the basic features of Python or the important features of Python, for which reason we are switching to Python. Fine. Then what are the main applications of Python? By knowing Python or by learning Python, you will be able to do all these things. You will be able to do web and internet development, desktop GUI applications. You can develop the GUI applications as we have discussed, scientific and numeric. So yes, in the cases when we have to deal with lots of numerics, lots of mathematics, in such cases also Python is very important or useful. We can do software development. It can be used in the field of education, business applications, games and 3D graphics. Yes, see, this is also an interesting part, that if you are passionate about developing games, so you should go for Python, because Python is very good for developing games, 3D graphics and all. You can do network programming. You can deal with database. With the help of Python, we can deal with database very well. Fine. So database access or dealing with database is also very easy with the help of Python. So these are some of the applications where Python is used tremendously nowadays. Now, what are the uses of Python? We have already seen some of the uses, but again, adding some more points is Python can be used on a server to create web applications. We can create web applications with the help of Python. Python can be used alongside software to create workflows. Python can connect to database systems that we have already discussed. It can also read or modify the files. Python can be used to handle big data and perform complex mathematics, as I have told. Whenever we want to deal with complex mathematics or numerics, we are going with Python. Python can be used for complete software development also. So yes, these are all the uses of Python for which Python can be used. Why Python? So again, what are the main features due to which nowadays Python is mostly preferred are, Python works on different platforms. See, this is a very important point, that Python is capable of working on different platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, etc. So irrespective of what OS you are using out of these, you can work with Windows, we can work with Linux, we can work with Mac, but Python is compatible with all of them. Fine. So this is one of the important features, that with Python we can work on any of these platforms. Second is, Python has a very simple syntax similar to English language, that I have already told. The way of writing the code is very simple in case of Python. Then Python has syntax that allows the developers to write programs with fewer lines than some of the other programming languages. So the ease of Python, the easy syntax or the less number of code of Python, these are some of the things that are that is attracting the developers more. Fine. So obviously, if I can do the same task within very limited number of code, within very less amount of effort and code in Python, then obviously I will go with Python, right? So these are some of the important features why people are preferring Python. Then the last point that we are going to discuss is Python tools. So Python can be written in a simple text editor also. In simple text editor like Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime Text, you can use any normal editor to write the Python code also. But we will use some IDE. So Python can be written in the text editor also, and it is also possible to write Python in an integrated development environment, that is nothing but we call IDE, such as Thorny, PyCharm, NetBeans or Eclipse, which are particularly useful while managing larger collections of Python files. So here we have listed few, but there are many others also. You can Google them out. There are many IDE that allows us to write the Python code. So you can Google them out. There are many. And so if we see the most commonly used Python IDEs, so these are those: PyCharm, Spider, Pydel, Idle, Wing. We are also having Eucalyptus. So there are many, as I told. So there are many IDEs. You can see the comparison based on your requirement. So here, as you can see the list, we have also listed. They are developed in, most of them are developed with the help of Java and Python. Wing is developed with the help of C, C++, and Python. So, however, you can use the tool based on your convenience or based on your interest. But see, this was the introduction video. From tomorrow, we are going to directly start seeing the syntax of Python, how the Python code can be written, or how we can work with Python. We are directly going to see that with the help of Python codes. Fine. And let me tell you, we will be using PyCharm for that. The IDE that I will be using to show you the whole series. So most probably we will be using PyCharm. So what I suggest is, at the same time, when you come tomorrow in the next session, try to install PyCharm in your laptop. If you want to deal with, if you want to work with some other IDE, I am completely fine with it if you know the basics. But if you are completely beginner, if you learn from the very beginning step, so I would prefer you to install Python so that you can work easily with the coordination, because we are also we are also going to use PyCharm here, so that you can easily get the things. Fine. So try to install any IDE before coming tomorrow. If you are going to install for the first time, then I would suggest to go with PyCharm. From tomorrow, we'll start seeing the syntax of Python. In Python, how we are working, what are the main concepts. We'll start from basics. So thank you. That's all about the introduction of Python. I hope you have got the overall idea what Python is, why we are going with Python. So see you tomorrow at the same time in the same place. Thank you so much.